here, the Mount with Hannah Mears / a little Pitt Wrestling Club action that's going to be happening tomorrow. One of the guys that you're going to see on the card, someone from the Whip, you'll know him pretty well, Reid, and he's here with me right now. How are you, Isaac?
Great. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm awesome. Always excited to see some wrestling that's going to be happening live tomorrow. So excited about that. But tell me, how have you been? What have you been up to? Where are you at right now?
Lately, I've just been training in Lock Haven. I'm thankful for the opportunity to compete again. Obviously, I have had a lot going on, and I'm thankful for my coaches, most and foremost, for being loyal to me and sticking with me through the adversity I've overcame.
So get a little more specific for me, if you don't mind. The adversity, it's been what, like 6 months off, I want to say. So what's been going on in your life?
Well, I mean, it started back in high school. I've had A, injuries, then B, senior year of high school, I had a pulmonary embolism, which was halfway through the wrestling season. But fortunately, I came back with a month left, and I went on to win a state title undefeated. So everything worked out with that. And after that, last year, I had another episode. And so last year was a little more scary because I had like some lung damage. Part of my lung kind of like died off. So it's just kind of getting to show like where I'm at. I'm boasting in my weaknesses because it kind of just goes to show the strength that I've had to overcome these things and show where I'm at now. I'm still here competing. So it's just made me a lot stronger of a person. And I'm praying and hoping that this virus and everything going around is going to help society grow and develop into a stronger society. So
Yeah, for sure. And I'm praying for you. I'm really glad that you're overcoming all this and willing to get back on the mat, because I know that has to be extremely scary, like you said, at some point. So what are some of the cautions the doctors are saying to you every time you step on the mat?
Well, a lot of it's just my faith and trusting in God through this. The doctors have been telling me to be more cautious. There's different approaches I could have taken, but this is the approach that I've chosen, and it's paying off because everything so far is working out. And other than that, I'm thinking the bigger picture, how I can use this to inspire people and obviously show the world that we can overcome through perseverance. So
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of young kids are looking to you right now, a lot of young kids that maybe having to overcome adversity or health conditions, being told they shouldn't play a sport because of something, and the ones that are still able to try and succeed are definitely going to be looking to you. So is that something you're hoping for as well, is to help younger kids know that you can overcome something like this?
yeah, as much as they look up to me, I take inspiration from them as well. It's a two-way street there. So my main ambition in life is to help lead and guide people into the better lives that they deserve, and part of that's overcoming challenges and obstacles that are inevitable. So at some point in life, everyone's going to have something that sets them back, but it doesn't necessarily mean they want to stray. It's just another obstacle to overcome and uh, help lead them to their potential destiny. So
Yeah, that's beautifully put. I love the way you talk about this, how you're persevering. It's really inspiring, and especially for someone now who's going to be able to compete again on a card that's happening tomorrow. So I know taking 6 months off could not have been easy for you, especially with all the inconsistency you had with competing from your medical condition. So how have you been trying to get back into shape, and your coaches been helping get you regimented again and back on a schedule to compete?
well, with anything, most of it's mental. So overcoming it mentally was the first priority, and obviously having a great support staff at Lock Haven has helped propel me to get back onto the mat and do what I do best physically. So getting the mental part down, it was kind of restless. There's some challenges and barriers I had to overcome in my mind to obviously get rid of fear. But at this point, I'm just I'm just here for the bigger picture. You know, I'm using wrestling as my platform to inspire people in a different regard rather than just being, say, a national champion. I'm using it more as a way to show people, like I've already mentioned, there's just so much strength when you can overcome something, and it's almost like it's a blessing to me because though I had some weaknesses, it's developed my strength and my character. Just as gold is refined by fire, I've been refined in my impurities as a person, my pride, my ego. Everything has just been stripped, and now I'm walking in humility with the bigger picture of serving others rather than being on a pedestal myself. So
And it's awesome that you're using something that you love so much to also give back and reflect and use as a platform. Like you were saying, sports are becoming more and more known for being used as platforms, and I'm so glad to know that you're using your platform for good, and really excited to see how much this grows and inspires younger generations and even the older generations right now too, looking at you, and just really proud to see where you've come so far. But tomorrow we will see you compete for probably the first time in a long time in a big competition. Like you said, you had wrestled at U23s. You had some good matches there, but this one sort of alongside some of your teammates on one of these big cards for the first time. How are you feeling going into this match against Pitt's Demetrius Thomas?
yeah, I'm familiar with Demetrius Thomas. I'm aware. Obviously, I remember last year he knocked off multiple time silver medalist Jordan Wood. So I know he's the real deal, but I'm also a 6'5", 285-pound specimen myself. So I truly feel that I'm a force not to be reckoned with. So kudos, hats off to him. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean I'm not just as confident getting into this match. So we're just gonna let it fly and let's see what happens. So
That's the best way to go about it. As I've done a lot of these interviews, I keep hearing guys say, we're just going out there and letting it fly. At this point, like, we're just thankful to be out on the mat because of all the setbacks that have happened. So I'm really excited to see some of these matches happen when guys are just willing to risk it all, essentially. And I'm really glad you said you're a specimen yourself. When I talked to Joey Bloomer, one of your former teammates at Kiski, I asked him about you, and he said, honestly, he's just a huge guy. He's a giant. Like, there was so many funny things that they all came back to you being a giant or just like this large man. But he also talked about something. He said they called you Freak Zeke. Why Freak Zeke? Why does that even make sense?
Well, it was kind of a nickname at the time. I had a mullet, so obviously it was an iconic look. It's kind of what propelled me to popularity around school and stuff. But that in football, so they would chant Isaac Reid and Freak Zeke in the student section, and I would just sit there and I get so like such an adrenaline rush from it, and I got there, make a big play, make something happen, and kind of stuck for a little bit. Apparently, Joey still calls me that, so
yeah,
maybe to the select few will be a lifetime thing, but maybe I'll find a more professional name down the road. We'll see.
Yeah,
Maybe
well, it sounds pretty good. I'm glad you at least lost the mullet, even though some don't eventually, but we outgrew that at least.
Yeah. It was kind of just a one-time thing. I do miss it at times just simply because it kind of made me stick out a little bit. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with looking like a normal human being either. So.
Right. And Isaac, I have to ask, I know you're home right now. You get to spend a little time in Kiski because of this event, being so close to home. So how nice is it to be like at home back in your living room with your family?
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, that and pets. That's my sisters.
Pets do you have?
Well, they're actually not mine. My sisters have pets. So they have, my one sister has a dog. My other sister has 2 dogs. So, kind of sounds bad putting that out there before my family, but I love seeing the dogs too. So it's obviously it's just a spectacular time of year to spend with family, and obviously my family's been there with me through it all as well. So their love and support, it's kind of helped me a lot to overcome these barriers and just enjoy life. So.
And I'm sure they're really excited to have you back as well. And Christmas is around the corner, but you still have to first take care of business tomorrow on the mat. But I had a brother, he was a heavyweight. I know you guys have had your fair share of matches back in the day. You were still a freshman, I believe. He was a senior. But I have to ask, he loves coming home to eat, the heavyweight mentality, the holiday food. So what's your favorite thing to eat around Christmas time?
My favorite thing to eat around Christmas time, I mean, I like steak a lot, but for Christmas,
Okay.
my favorite thing would have to be probably steak still. I love steak, but
big steak guy at Christmas time, huh?
yeah, that maybe some Christmas cookies too. I'm not really watching my weight too much, so.
I'm a big Christmas cookie person. Love seeing them out there. So
I have more enjoyment baking the cookies more than eating them, but I don't know. I like being generous and giving them away to my neighbors and stuff. So.
Well, geez, I'm gonna be your neighbor then. I think if you're giving me like Christmas cookies, that's for sure. Are you a good baker though? Like, are these good cookies? Or are you going to Walmart and just like popping some in the oven?
I mean, usually I put the flour and eggs and all that together and get some icing, like mix some stuff together. But honestly, I might just take the convenient route this year and go to Walmart and get the already made cookies. So I don't know yet. We'll see.
Well, I'm sure they'll understand considering you do have a match tomorrow and it's been the first time in a while. So they should be bringing you cookies this year maybe. But Isaac, overall, if there's one thing that you want to take away from this event tomorrow happening right before Christmas time, what would it be?
If there's one thing I want to take away from this event, it'd probably just be learning and, because obviously you can win and learn or you can lose and learn. And at the end of the day, win, lose this match, I want people to remember my name. So I want them to remember the heart and courage I had to come out there and compete against. This is going to be a world-class match, in my opinion. Even an All-American isn't too far from the world stage. I mean, just in America alone, we have at heavyweight, I think 3 world champions, so something like that. But it's obviously iron sharpens iron mentality. So I'm looking forward to it, just to become a sharper man and add to my experience and everything else. So
that's a great way to approach this. So hopefully everyone is going to subscribe on Rockfin to watch Isaac tomorrow at the Pitt Wrestling Club event, representing Lock Haven and representing all the people out there who are struggling through conditions like Isaac has been. And such a strong person you have been, Isaac. So congratulations and Merry Christmas. I hope you get lots of steak and lots of cookies. But best of luck to you tomorrow.
I appreciate that. Thank you for the interview.